Do you know the fact, according to WHO, Japan has the highest life expectancy in the world? That is 85 years for men and 87 years for women. It has the highest ratio of the centenarian in the world. That is more than 520 for every million people. Especially people from the island of Okinawa of Japan, where there are 25 people over the age of 100 years for every 1 lakh inhabitant, which is far more than the global average. They also suffer from the fewer chronic ailments like cancer, heart disease, diabetes and inflammatory disorder. The centenarian people enjoy the enviable level of the vitality and the health that would be unthinkable for advanced age anywhere else in the world. Their blood tests reveal fewer free radicals which are responsible for the aging. Both men and women maintain higher level of sexual hormone until much later in life, and they look quite younger and charismatic. The rate of dementia, that is memory loss with the age, is much below the global average. Thanks to the author of Ikigai, Hector Garcia and Francis Morales, who has unraveled the secrets of longevity and happy life of the Japanese people before the world. So, Ikigai is your guide to living a long and happy life through the wisdom of Japanese culture. In this video, I will dwell into every area of Japanese life to uncover their secrets of longevity and to explain why so many Japanese live healthy, happy and long life. I am going to share 9 secrets from the book Ikigai, which will definitely help all of us to live happy, healthy and long life. So let's get started. So first secret to the longevity of the Japanese people is deep purpose in the life. Secret to longevity of Japanese people may boil down to just one word, that is Ikigai, which roughly translates to your reason of living or your inner motivation for a specific professional activity. It can also be described as an intersection between 4 different elements, that is what you are really passionate about, where your skill lies, how you can earn a living and what the world needs. Many Japanese people believe that everyone has an Ikigai or the destiny that they were born to fulfill. However, some people find their Ikigai quickly, but others must seek it out over a period of time. If you fall into this latter category, it is important to persist and find it out. After all, Ikigai will ultimately be what motivates you to get out of the bed every morning. That is why Okinawan people often attain a high degree of specialization and attention to their daily work. For example, an author met a skilled craftswoman who had spent her entire life just perfecting the one art of attaching individual hair to the brush. So, Ikigai is key to longevity. So, if your Ikigai is your job, you should never retire. And if your Ikigai is your hobby that brings you meaning and joy, don't ever give it up. Okinawan abide by these rules, and as a result, they remain active late into their life. If they are forced into the retirement, they still find some ways to remain active by doing gardening or other work in their communities. So to put it very simply, Ikigai is the reason one get up in the morning and where your passion, mission, vocation and profession intersect. And it also suggests that finding your Ikigai lead to the fulfilling and longer life. So finding your purpose of the life, that is the first key learning from the book. A second key to the longevity of the Japanese people is active mind and low stress. We all know that healthy mind and body are essential to aging with the grace. sedentary lifestyle adversely impact your body and emotions. A lack of mental work weaken your neural connection in the brain, and even our neurons start to age while we are still in our 20s. However, this process can be slowed down by intellectual activity, arousing curiosity and desire to learn something new, dealing with the new situations, playing a game like chess, kart, juggling exercise, and even more important is to go out of the home and interact with your neighbors and friends. This is an essential anti-aging strategy for the mind. Another secret to longevity is avoiding the stress. In fact, premature aging has been linked to stress in number of scientific studies. Therefore, reducing the stress is key to living a long life, and you can do it in number of ways. Just try practicing the mindfulness, doing the yoga and taking a time to exercise, all of which give a time or chance to calm down your body and your mind. Third key to longevity is Morita therapy. So it is said that Japan has a one tool that other countries lack, and it is called as a Morita therapy, which can help you to cope up with the stress. This technique was originally invented by Shoma Morita, a psychotherapist and the Buddhist Zen practitioner. Originally, this technique was developed to deal with the chronic anxiety, obsessions and compulsion. However, it also works great for stress and burnout. So in Morita therapy, the patient are asked to pay attention to and accept their feeling without attempting to change them. From there, they take a particular actions to create new emotions which gradually replace the old one. So there are 4 stages in the Morita therapy, beginning with the phase of complete rest for around 1 week. The patient lies in the bed free of all distractions. Patient isn't allowed to consume media, receive visitor or even speak, and only human contact is a small amount of the supervision by the psychotherapist. During this stage, the patient simply observes emotions as they come and go. In the second phase, the patient begins to integrate repetitive activity into daily routines. These include writing a diary, taking a nature walk, and doing a number of breathing exercise. In the stage 3, these activities become more physical, intense and more creative, incorporating the tasks like wood cutting, painting. So this series of activities produces a new set of emotions in the patient, and therefore the patient begins to feel more joyful and he becomes quite equanimous with the present moment. And finally, after completing the stage 3, now the patient is ready for stage 4, that is re-entering the world with new profound sense of the calmness and purpose in the life. Number 4 key to longevity is flow. So just imagine for the moment that you are skiing down on a beautiful powdery slope. Skiing is your absolute favorite things in the world, and you are in a state of complete blissful state, and you are completely focused and engaged in the activity that you feel as if you can do this activity for the rest of your life, and you just might want to live forever for doing this activity. The good news is that engaging in such activity repeatedly could in fact increase your lifespan. Achieving such a state of flow regularly can help keep you young. Flow in this sense is a technical term coined by psychologist Csikszentmihalyi in the 1970s, and it describes a state of enjoyment and concentration so deep that it blocks out all other concerns, even the time itself. Seeking out activities that produce such a state of flow will increase your enjoyment of life and therefore your longevity. That is why such experiences should be prioritized over hedonistic one like overeating, substance abuse, media entertainment, which people often indulge into out of boredom. Chess player, engineer, painter, serious reader can find themselves in a state of flow. But beyond that, it is healthy for mind also, since it focuses you on a single object for a sustained period of time. Ideally, your IKIGAI, that is your main life occupation, will regularly produce a state of flow. But if it doesn't, make sure your habits do. So, fifth key to longevity is recommendation from the old timer. The first tip these old timers tell us that you worry as little as possible and make a habit of greeting others, even stranger, with a smile, with open heart. So by doing so, you will maintain a plenty of friendship. But cutting out worry isn't the only centenarian advice for long life. Another is the cultivation of the good habits. So waking up early in the morning is a primary matter of habit. Rising at early hours will give you an extra hour of quiet in the morning to rejuvenate your body and mind. The last of these is especially very important, as Okinawan centenarians believe that one of the primary reasons for their long life is that they grow their own vegetables and cook their own food. This makes perfect sense, as a garden to table diet is a very healthy. Finally, perhaps the most important habits of all for their long life is to enjoy and maintain your friendship. Recognizing this, Okinawan people spend their time chatting with their neighbors every single day. So, sixth key to the longevity of the Japanese people is magic diet. That is Okinawan magic diet. Makoto Suzuki, a cardiologist from the Raikus University in Okinawa, did several studies on the Okinawan diet beginning in the 1970s, and here is what he found out. So he found out Okinawan diet contains an incredible variety of the foods. In fact, locals of the island eat up to 206 different food on a regular basis, including a number of herbs and spices. For example, every day they eat 5 separate portions of the fruit and vegetables, and they like to determine that they are getting enough variety of foods by ensuring their plate contains all the colors of the rainbow. The base of the diet is grain like rice, noodles, while salt and sugar are very low. In fact, Okinawan eat 60% less sugar and 50% less salt than other Japanese natives who already eat diet that is relatively healthy by the global standard. Okinawan say that you should stop eating when you are around 80% full. In other words, you should remain little bit hungry. A simple way to achieve it includes avoiding a dessert or reducing the portion size. To practice this latter, Okinawan typically serve their food on a smaller plate so that they end up eating a less in spite of hungry and horny. And eating a less is good for you because modern science has actually confirmed the benefits of calorie reductions. By eating fewer calories, you can limit the level of the protein known as IGF-1, that is insulin-like growth factor 1. So, when too much of this protein exists in the body, the cell ages faster, and as a result, eating less is directly related to the longer life. Number 7 key to the longevity of the Japanese people is antioxidant rich food. So there are few Japanese varieties of the food you won't want to miss it out. The first is green tea, rejuvenating beverages loaded with the antioxidant. Recent studies have found that this beverage is one of the most popular in Okinawa and is a powerful promoter of the longevity. Antioxidant content in tea has been found to lower cholesterol, manage your blood sugar level, improve circulation, and even ward off the infections. And to make this miracle drink even more potent, Okinawan add jasmine to the green tea. But green tea isn't for everyone. So if you want to prefer alternative, you can try the white tea. It has actually even higher content of the antioxidant than the green tea. But there is another Okinawan superfood that you can actually eat. That is shikuwasa. Shikuwasa is a citrus fruit that is another antioxidant loaded with Okinawan favorite fruit. It has a high concentration of nobiletin, a plant substance that is particularly rich in antioxidant. Shikuwasa contains 40 times more nobiletin than orange. As a result, the fruit is highly popular in Okinawa, where it is used as an ingredient in a number of typical dishes and even baked into the cakes. So if you don't have a shikuwasa, just try other citrus fruit like lemon, orange, or you can also opt for broccoli, strawberries, apricot, or finally you can also eat a salmon fish, all of which are high in antioxidant. Key number 8, gentle movement. Movement in general is very important to living a long and happy life, and it doesn't have to be too intense either. Observing the resident of Okinawa suggests that sport and fitness are much less important than simple regular movement. Elderly Okinawan walk around their neighborhoods, work in their gardens, and even get on the stage of the karaoke bar. The key to their longevity is not its intensity but the fact that it never stops. But if you still don't believe in above fact, consider what modern science has to say. According to the health expert Gavin Bradley, sitting adversely impacts your health. He found that after just a half an hour sitting in a chair, the metabolism dropped down by 90%. But the good news is that getting up for 5 minutes every half an hour is sufficient to offset this effect. Okinawan also participate in a concerted form of the exercise, and it is called as radio taiso, and it is a basic warm-up exercise common for Okinawan and Japanese people in general. Number 9 and last key to longevity of the Japanese people is resilience and wabi-sabi. Resilience in the context of Japanese culture often refer to the ability to deal with setbacks and bounce back from adversity and challenges. This concept is deeply ingrained in Japanese society and is influenced by various factors such as Japanese history, geography, cultural values. So the importance of the resilience in Japanese can be understood through the following points. Number 1, natural disaster. Japan is prone to frequent natural disasters like earthquake, tsunamis, typhoons and volcanic eruptions. So building resilience is vital for individuals and communities to cope up with and to recover from such event. Number 2, historical context. Japan has faced many periods of turmoils and upheavals throughout its history, and the ability to adapt and recover has been crucial for its survival and development. Number 3, Zen Buddhism. Zen philosophy emphasizes the impermanence of life and need to find the equanimity in the face of the adversity. This has contributed to the Japanese value of the resilience. Then number 2 point is wabi sabi. In the Japanese culture, there is a belief that only imperfect object like cracked cup of tea can be truly beautiful. This concept is known as wabi sabi, and it can help you to find more enjoyment in your day-to-day life. So try to let go of the quest for the perfections that is so common in your life, and instead accept the beauty that is lies in all of the life's imperfections. Find a joy in the simple and natural things such as quiet movement in the nature. By practicing wabi sabi, you can cultivate a sense of gratitude and contentment and find a beauty in an unexpected place. The result will be extra energy, less stress and longer life. So here is what I wanted to share with you from the book Ikigai. I would like to recommend reading original book for more immersive experience. So if you want a copy of same, you can purchase it from the description given below from the Amazon link. May you find your Ikigai in your life, and may you and your family live long, healthy and happy life. Thank you very much for watching my video.